Good evening, Dub Nation. We begin tonight's story not with a buzzer beater, but with a burning question: what's really happening behind the curtain in Golden State? In the heart of San Francisco, inside Chase Center's glowing walls, the Golden State Warriors find themselves in unfamiliar territory. This isn't the dynasty that danced its way through 5 straight finals. No, this team stands at a crossroads, between a glittering past and an uncertain future. And at the center of that storm, a 21-year-old phenom with the wingspan of a hawk, the vertical of a rocket, and the future of a franchise on his shoulders, Jonathan Kaminga. This season, Kaminga put up respectable numbers: 15.3 points and 4.6 rebounds per game in 47 appearances. On paper, that's solid. Explosive off the bench. Impactful in transition. A spark plug who can change the energy of a game. But then you look again, 35 games missed. A young player with elite athleticism, sitting. Watching. Waiting. And that's where the questions begin to pile up. Why isn't Kaminga playing more? Why has he disappeared from the rotation at times? Why does one of the most promising young talents in the league feel like a ghost in his own house? Let's be clear, this isn't about lack of effort. Kaminga's dedication is unquestioned. His flashes of brilliance, undeniable. Remember that stretch in January when he dropped 24 points against the Kings, followed by 26 on the road in Phoenix? He looked like the second coming of a younger Kawhi Leonard. Explosive, composed, deadly. But then, poof. Minutes vanished. Roles shrank. And in their place, whispers emerged. Some insiders suggest it's a matter of trust, or lack thereof, from head coach Steve Kerr and the veteran-heavy locker room. Others hint at a more calculated decision, perhaps even a strategic move to preserve Kaminga's trade value. Because here's the twist: Golden State isn't just fighting Houston in the playoffs. They're fighting time. Stephen Curry, the heartbeat of this franchise, is still elite. Averaging 26.4 points per game, the baby-faced assassin continues to defy age. Klay Thompson, despite a turbulent season, still brings experience and rhythm. And Draymond Green remains the defensive mind behind the Warriors' chaos-fueled brilliance. But let's not kid ourselves, this dynasty is aging. The championship window is narrow. And every misstep, every lost year, feels heavier than the last. Which brings us to the rumors. The quiet ones that echo through front offices, player lounges, and digital media threads. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, you heard that right. Following the Milwaukee Bucks' shocking first-round exit and Damian Lillard's Achilles injury, the league is swirling with whispers. And one of the loudest involves Golden State. Now, no official offer has been made. No WOJ bomb yet. But let's indulge the hypothetical, shall we? A blockbuster deal, one that could send Giannis to the Bay, would cost the Warriors dearly: Draymond Green, Jonathan Kaminga, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, Quinnen Post, and 6 future draft picks. That's not a trade. That's a reckoning. But imagine it: Curry and Giannis. Offense meets unstoppable force. Vision meets violent athleticism. The smoothest shooter in history paired with the most dominant two-way player since LeBron James. It's tempting. It's tantalizing. And it might just be the kind of gamble you only make once in a generation. But it's also a nuclear option. It means saying goodbye to Kaminga, the bridge between eras. The young warrior groomed to carry the torch once Curry hangs it up. The coaching staff may be silent, but the fans aren't. Social media is ablaze. Warriors Twitter is torn between "go all in" and "build for the future." And every quiet night on the bench for Kaminga adds fuel to the fire. Still, we must ask, is this all fair to Kaminga? Here's a young man who's barely scratched the surface. His athleticism isn't just raw, it's frightening. He soars. He defends. He scores in spurts that can break open a game. And yet, he's being viewed not as a cornerstone, but as capital. He isn't just fighting for minutes. He's fighting for identity. For a place in a system that's asking him to be both the future and a supporting role. for the trust of a franchise trying to win now and develop tomorrow, at the same time. It's a near impossible tightrope. But Kaminga isn't alone. This season has been a test for all of Golden State's youth. Moses Moody flashed his value in spurts, averaging 8.1 points and 3.2 rebounds, yet he too finds himself in limbo. Brandon Podziemski, the rookie with the slick footwork and high IQ, had his moments, especially in his 20-point game against Dallas, but consistency remains elusive. Even Quinn Post, the undrafted big with promise, has seen limited opportunities. And that's the paradox of this team: the young guys can play. But when every possession counts, experience still wins. That's why the playoffs matter more than ever. As we speak, the Warriors are locked in a hard-fought series against the Houston Rockets. Curry remains the cornerstone, pouring in 31 points in Game 1, including 6 three-pointers that had the crowd on their feet. Draymond Green contributed 10 rebounds and 7 assists, orchestrating the defense like a symphony. Klay chipped in 18 points, while Kevin Looney did the dirty work on the boards. But the Rockets are no pushovers. Led by Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun, they're young, hungry, and fearless. And for every minute Kaminga doesn't play, fans wonder, could he have made the difference? Because in the playoffs, there's no tomorrow. Every possession is magnified. Every substitution scrutinized. And yet, while the games rage on the hardwood, the bigger battle may be in the boardroom. General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office face a defining decision. To trade or not to trade. To rebuild or retool. To believe in Kaminga's growth or package him for another superstar. And it's not just about Giannis. Other names float in the ether: Jimmy Butler, Mikal Bridges, even Karl Anthony Towns. The Warriors are in every conversation. They always are. Because when you have Stephen Curry, you owe him one thing: a chance to win. But here's the million-dollar question: does that chance include Jonathan Kaminga? Let's take a step back. Every great franchise faces a moment of identity crisis. The Lakers had theirs. The Spurs, too. Even the Bulls. The question isn't if it comes, it's what you do when it arrives. For Golden State, that moment is now. Do you cash in your chips for one last run? Trade potential for proven production? Or do you let the next generation grow, even if it means growing pains and patience? There are no easy answers. Only tough ones. But here's what we do know: Kaminga isn't backing down. In his most recent media appearance, he said, quote, "I know what I can do. I just want to help this team win. Whatever role I get, I'm gonna give everything I have." That's heart. That's maturity. That's a young man waiting for his moment, not demanding it. And maybe, just maybe, that moment is coming. Because one of the beauties of this game, this wild, unpredictable game, is that stories can flip overnight. The benchwarmer becomes the hero. The trade piece becomes the franchise player. The question mark becomes the exclamation point. Jonathan Kaminga may not have all the minutes, but he still has all the tools. The speed. The strength. The spark. He just needs the trust. And if the Warriors give it to him, if they lean into his potential, allow him to stumble, learn, and rise again, then maybe, just maybe, they won't need to trade for the next Giannis. They'll already have their own. This isn't just about basketball. It's about belief. In talent. In timing. In a future that hasn't been written yet. So as the Warriors lace up for Game 3, as the fans flood Chase Center in blue and gold, remember this: the story of Golden State isn't finished. Not yet. Not with Curry still firing. Not with Kaminga still growing. Not with questions still unanswered. The next chapter. It starts tonight. And we'll be right here, bringing you every twist, turn, and triumph. This is more than basketball. This is the Warriors' legacy. And here's a tip from the Fan Golden State Warriors channel: study financial education and have opportunities in the financial market by studying REITs and investing in large brokerages around the world.